Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Um, excuse me. Okay. So I I'm at my desk, obviously. I'm in my office and really relaxed. It's kind of gloomy outside, raining or whatnot. Hello, hello, hello. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, because I'm on my, I'm uploading information to my Patreon. If you're not familiar with the Patreon, then please go over. That's where we really do a lot of spiritual conversation and spiritual practices and, all kind of things spiritually based, cosmically based, astrologically based. A lot of conversation that I do not have in the public forum because I believe, me personally, this is not against anybody else, but I do believe that um, occult knowledge, occult understanding, and occult practice, occult meaning, hidden truths, hidden understanding, hidden knowledge, is to be done, in a more sacred, more private sector, so that it could be focused on, really given the time and the attention that it needs. I think when things go to mainstream, it becomes more trendy than anything, more just more popularized and, cliche or even gimmicky. And I don't subscribe to that type of, practice. So what I teach behind the scenes. That way, the work can be done behind the scenes and we can get things done, and then it can show forth in the everyday, public platforms. You see the fruit in the public, you see what the work is being done behind the scenes, pretty much how it is in spirit as a whole anyway. As above, so below, as within, so without. So the work is being done that you may not know about, that's that high priestess energy. You know what I mean? The work is being done behind the scenes that you may not know about, but just know that, you'll see it in a minute, because the work has been, like I said, you're putting in that work. But it's not the reason why I came on here. I came on here because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, and I'm posting the information regarding today, which is in the world of cartomancy. Today is the Two of Spades day. You know what I mean? The day of partnership and agreement and things flowing together freely, fitting together, right relationship with others, but also right relationship with self, so that is the dynamic that we're in. That's the energy that we're in today, networking with the proper people, but knowing how to identify a purposeful partnership, purposeful relationships and things like that. But it made me reflect on relationships as a whole, and ones that I myself have had to endure, and even with everybody, like going over some of the things that we that we have conquered through, especially some of us who are, all of us, but regardless of what the age is, you've gone through stuff. And it's likely that if you've gone through stuff, you've gone through people, places, friends, whatever the case, that were they turned out to not be long-term associations and connections, right? Some of them may have betrayed, some of them may have lied on you, some of them may have turned their back or whatever. Some of them may have just, peacefully, went their separate ways. And either way, it's okay. But I wanted to say this because it's necessary to say. We oftentimes really, 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 really fuss about, complain about, hold on to, internalize the stories of old when it comes down to, what people did to you, and how they betrayed you, and how they lied on you, and this and then the third. One thing that I know for a fact, right? One thing that I know for a fact is the truth has never, ever, ever had to be explained. ever. Okay? So if you were done wrong, if you were done, wrong and mistreated and all of those things that, you're talking about, then there's no need for you to argue a case, because the truth will always be the truth. But my thing is this: instead of fussing about, don't get me wrong, don't be a doormat, and, absolutely speak up for yourself for sure. But what I'm more so talking about is not holding on to it and not being bitter about it, not being resentful about it and things like that. The reason I say that is because the people that betrayed you, that lied on you, talked about you, turned their back on you, all of that stuff, understand that those people were merely doing their job. Okay? Nothing has happened to you that was not supposed to happen to you. Okay? And I say that to say this. I'm talking about good, bad, ugly, indifferent. It's really crazy because some of us have endured some very, 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 very difficult things. Some of us are still enduring some very difficult things. But understand this: if you keep your mind focused on your assignment, on what it is that you should be doing, then every single thing, person, or place that has come into your life and done something, or whatever the case, good, bad, or ugly, understand that they were merely doing what they were supposed to do. Why do I say that? I say that because even in the story, the very well-known story of Christ, right? He had the 12 disciples. Judas was the one that turned on him, right? The whole time, Judas was supposed to turn on him. Because had Judas not turned on him, then Christ would not have, according to the story, Christ would not have been able to fulfill his assignment in life. Judases are necessary, y'all. Okay? Judases are necessary. Liars are necessary. Backstabbers are necessary. They're necessary. You're special, but there's no special target. You're not a victim. You're not a victim. You're on assignment. And guess what? So are they. You're not a victim. You're on assignment. And everyone who did anything good, bad, or ugly to you, so are they. So are they. They're on assignment as well. So instead of harping over it, instead of, being a victim to the circumstance, instead of being down and out, resenting, bitter, angry, sad, all of those things, raise yourself up and understand that if it happened to you, then that means that something in your journey, your assignment, your purpose gave permission for that to take place. Because if not for it happening to you, you probably wouldn't be all the wiser, all the better, all the stronger that you are right now. Certain things have to happen in order for certain wisdoms to be gained. Certain movements, when you're moving your body, certain movements have to take place in order for certain muscles to be worked. It will not feel good, okay? It does not feel good. It never feels good. But no shift feels good. That's just the bottom line. But understand that the shift is necessary. So instead of arguing about drama, instead of fussing with people about this and then the third and how wrong they did you, understand that something on the other side, in the spiritual realm, in the cosmic realm, universally, whatever the case, gave that thing permission to pursue and to do the thing that it did in your life. Understand that life is not happening to you, life is happening for you. And if you look back at all of the stuff that you have conquered through, if you look back at every single thing that you've made it through, that while you were in it, it didn't look good. It wasn't looking like you were going to make it through. And yet you are here. Isn't that wonderful? Yet you're right here. So that means that something in that situation was necessary. Because I promise you, you left that situation. Today, you are wiser because of that situation. Today, you are better because of that situation. Today, you are a little more intuitive, a little more strong. Today, you pay a little more attention to things because of that situation. Had that situation not happened, you would not be as wise as you are today. Certain things have to take place, and it's taking place because your assignment requires it to. Life is happening to you, for you, not to you. You're never a victim. You've never been, you never have been, you're not right now, and you never will be. So instead of pouring energy into things that are purposeful, instead of being angry, upset, and why me, your assignment says it's you. We have got to understand, y'all. I promise you we do. We got to understand that we are spirit first. We are spirits first. We are spirits first, then human. Then human. Your spirit has transcended and supersedes anything in this 3D human realm. Your spirit is well better equipped to handle the things of this physical realm. But if we stay focused on the physical realm and keep forgetting who we are first, then yes, we will succumb to the issues of this realm. But when you understand that you are a spirit on assignment from spirit with spiritual orders, universal orders, then the things of this realm here, when they come, you can say, all right, okay, yeah, that didn't feel good. I didn't like that. That didn't feel good. But yet, apparently it had to happen. So when a person walks away from you and they were in your life for a season, understand that if they walked away, they were supposed to. Okay? Stop holding on to folks that's when it's their time to leave. Okay? If an opportunity was withdrawn from you, let it release itself. Because understand that you're not meant to stay in one place forever. As the universe evolves and moves and shifts, so will you. So when doors are trying to close and you got your foot in the doorway trying to hold on and trying to keep that door open, what you're doing is prolonging your agony. That's all you're doing. Because know this, there is nothing leaving where there's nothing already in position to replace and to take to shift in that place. Know this. If we know this, then we would not be holding on with the death grip to stuff that's trying to get away from us. The season is up, my love. You are not a victim to this stuff. No one's doing anything to you. No one is being bad to you or wrong to you. No, you are on assignment. And your assignment requires this stuff to happen. If we understand this, I swear our conversation would be so different. Our thoughts would be so different. Our ways, our movements, our mindset, I'm telling you, we would handle it so much differently. We will see that this is not punishment. This is positioning. It always has been and it always will be. Our journey in this life is to fulfill our purpose and be done with it. But the problem is we become so attached to the stuff of this life. When we are not of this life, we are spirit first, having a human experience. Understand this. Your assignment, your purpose, your gift, your anointing calls for that person to betray you. Your assignment, your gift, your purpose called for that position to be taken away from you. Your purpose, your assignment, your gift, your anointing called for those opportunities to be given to someone else, or shifted to another place, or it calls for you to relocate here and to go here. That situation called for your relationship to end, or that best friend that used to be a best friend to no longer be a best friend. It called for that. You are not a victim. You are not a victim. The problem is we try to hold on and stay in certain seasons longer than what we're supposed to. We try to hold on and keep people around longer than they're supposed to be. That's when we run into our issues. Because in one tone, we can say, oh, I surrender. Oh, you can, whatever, spirit, have your way. Do what you need to do. I'm willing. I am yielded. I allow. I trust. And yet when things start to happen, it's like, whoa, wait, whoop, whoop, whoop. Did you not grant permission? Because this is required in order to do the things that you're asking of me to do. You granted me permission. And this is what it takes. It takes removing and releasing you from things that are no longer serving you. I mean, unless you change your mind. I mean, let me know, because I can move on to something else. You asked me to put you in your purpose. You asked me to bring you happiness. You asked me to build you up. You asked me to position you where you need to be. You asked me. And here I am doing what you asked of me. And you're complaining. And you're dissatisfied. And you're sad. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So, what we need to do, number one, first and foremost, is reconnect ourselves with ourselves. And when I say that, I mean, reconnect your physical self to your spiritual self. Become one. Understand that your spirit is who you are, not this physical being. So stop pouring so much in your physical self. Stop giving so much energy to that physical stuff, because it's really an illusion anyway. Let's be honest. What they say, believe half of what you hear and none of what you see, or whatever the saying is. It's illusional anyway. Everything in this planet is temporary. Look at the seasons. They come and they go. Life, births and deaths happen. Temporary. Money, you get it, you spend it. Temporary. Titles, they come and they go. Temporary. Temporary. Homes, you get in one, you leave one. Temporary. You buy your car, you drive it for a while, you build up the mileage, it breaks down. Temporary. Everything in this realm is temporary. So why, pray tell, why are we holding on to temporary stuff? Why are we struggling to keep temporary stuff? Why? Why? When the things of the spirit are finite, they are guaranteed. So how about we reconnect ourselves, with our most highest spiritual selves? We remember who we are, not who this realm made us to feel like we are. Not who this place told us we were. Not what your cousin and them, your mom and daddy, all of them pastors such and such, your boss, your friends, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. Not who they said you were. No, who you truly are. Who you were before you gained breath in this life. Reconnect with that self. And when you do that, the things of this space, you'll easily be able to release when it's time to release. You'll easily be able to gain when it's time to gain. You'll easily be able to walk away from when it's time to walk away from. You'll easily be able to identify the purpose for a thing, for a person, for a place. And you won't be derailed, disheveled, sad, angry, distraught, up and down in your emotional space, which again is all connected to your ego, which is connected to this 3D realm, which is connected to this place, which is still, once again, temporary. Because you can be sad one second and happy the very next. Temporary. Okay? We need to understand that everything that happens for you or to you, it happens for you. Everything that takes place in this life is happening for you. This is not punishment. This is positioning. It always has been. It always will be. The sooner we understand that, we'll stop fighting one another. We'll stop envying one another. We'll stop backbiting. We'll stop arguing. We'll stop posting foolery. We'll stop giving in to emotions that are not right and not real. We really would gain control, because right now we're being ruled by the foolishness. If you really trusted like you say you do, if you really relied on and depended on and allowed like you say you do, then everything that is trying to take place for you on your behalf, you would actually sit and entrust yourself. I mean, it would make sense, because you're sent by the Creator to do and to complete an assignment here. You're necessary, my love. You are necessary. So if you're necessary, then don't you think the stuff that's happening to you is necessary? But oftentimes, too, I will say this, because we don't understand how to identify, we walk ourselves into places that we don't need to be. We connect with people that we're not supposed to connect with, because we're basing that connection off of how we feel, off of our earthly, humanistic desires that ain't got nothing to do with our assignment. It has everything to do with our ego, though. It has everything to do with our humanistic, egotistical desires, wants, and needs. That's what it has everything to do with, because at the end of the day, your spiritual self don't require a Rolls Royce. Your spiritual self don't need Fendi, Gucci, Louis Prada. Nor does your assignment. We get distracted. We get distracted. Because everything that we are encountering here in this life should put us closer to completing our assignment. It should. Even our associations. They should be there. We should properly associate ourselves and connect ourselves with the proper people, because those people should be a catalyst for us to get closer to completing our assignment. And if that's not the case, and you just got people around you just to save some seats or to be warm, place savers or whatever the case, that's a problem. Just because they're popular, and when you around them, you gain popularity too. If the people around you are not conducive to your assignment, why are they around you? Even some of your family members. Hey, I gotta say it. Even some family members. You were born into the family because something about that DNA was required for your assignment. Identify that. But that don't mean that you gotta be, all up under folks who are detrimental to you. family, friend, foe. You can love your family, but you can also love them from afar. Especially those who are not conducive to you completing your assignment. Yeah. So identify those. Y'all hear my babies? I have 5-week-old puppies. So yeah. That's what we need to understand. We really need to understand more of that. What deserves our energy? What deserves our energy? What deserves our emotion? What deserves our thought space? What deserves our heart space? What deserves our words? What deserves you? What deserves you? Because if you weigh it against who you are, I'm quite sure it's not worthy of who you are. We have to see ourselves greater than what we see ourselves. We have to carry ourselves with more sacredness than what we carry ourselves and how we carry ourselves. We really, really do. Our beings, our vessels, our temples, our physical bodies, and even our internal beings, because we are multiple beings in one. You're not just your body. You have a mental being, a spiritual being, an emotional being, okay? A sexual being, an intellectual being. All of these beings are on the inside of you. And you, as the governor or governess, you are the one that is given charge over all of your beings. And if you continue to put yourself in the place of or in front of people that are abusive, that are not for you, that are detrimental, that are damaging, that are distracting, then essentially you're not being a good steward over what you've been assigned over. You're not. You're allowing everything to happen to you when you need to be the one taking the control. And you can only do that, though, if you keep communication with your creator, your source, infinite intelligence. That's all it is. We have got to really, really, really see ourselves and treat ourselves and honor ourselves and respect ourselves and our purposes much better than what we do. Because if we do, I promise you, a lot of the stuff that we find ourselves in, we would not be in. A lot of these damaging, I purposely have customized my social media to where I don't see the drama and stuff. Because if you go up and down, if you at any given moment of your day and you scroll down social media, Instagram for instance, you're going to see something that's going to make you angry. And the very next thing could be something that makes you laugh. The very next thing could be something that makes you sad. The very next thing can be something that, inspires you. And so forth and so on. And our emotions are just like this all day. And we're just all over the place. And we wonder why our emotions and why our mental space and why our heart spaces are so just everywhere with no focus. And we want to be angry, and our eyes are set on things that are so superfluous. They are unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. Totally unnecessary. Your being is far more sacred than you give it credit for. And if you understood the beauty, the sacredness that you are, you wouldn't even let certain things into you. You wouldn't even let certain conversations come out of your mouth. You wouldn't even let certain thoughts enter you. And I know it's very, very difficult. Don't get me wrong. It's difficult to, to not worry, to not stress. It is, especially being in this very strongly dominating realm where low vibrational stuff just permeates. Fear and doubt and disbelief and anger and just, we're surrounded by the things. And everywhere we go, we're surrounded by the stuff. But it requires you to understand and maintain your position as a spiritual being first that is having a physical experience. You cannot allow this physical stuff and any element in it to distract you and get you off of what you're supposed to be doing. We can't do that, y'all. That's why I always say we are simply holding each other's hands, walking each other home. That is what we're doing. We are sitting here reminding each other of who we are. That's what we're here to do. It is my job to remind you of the God and goddesses that you are. It is my job to remind you of the spiritual entity, the powerful being that you are. It is my job to remind you that you were made in the image and likeness of the all-powerful source. It is my job, hello, my love, it is my job to remind you of this so that you can operate out of your first self. Not the personality or the image or the identity that was given to you. No. It is your job to identify with your highest, your most efficient, your most perfect self. So that you can live out of that. You can live and demonstrate your highest self in this physical realm. Not the other way around. Okay? Not the other way around. We must understand this. But we're so up and down. This place is so up and down. This place is filled with confusion, with all types of foolishness. We have got to understand it. We got to understand it. Every single thing that happens in this life, it happens for you, not to you. It's for you, not to you. This is not punishment. This is positioning. Everything that's taking place, it is taking place for you to elevate yourself and get you closer to your assignment completion. That's what it's for. But you first got to know who you are in order to identify when things are coming for you and when things are sent to be a distraction to you. You got to understand who you are. You got to understand why you are. You got to understand what you are. Where you are, how you are, when you are. You got to understand those things and align with those things and demonstrate from that place. That's what you got to do. As difficult as it may seem to press through this stuff that we are faced with every day, I am not here to tell you that it's easy, because it's not. But that's why you have to continually align your mind, align your heart, align your words. This is why you have to continually pour into yourself the things that are for you. This is why we have to focus ourselves and not distract ourselves with the things that are distractions and all of this foolishness on the TV or foolishness in music or, foolishness in conversations, foolishness on social media. We have to really discipline ourselves and then become consistent with the discipline. Pour into you what feeds you. Pour into you what feeds your assignment. Continually. You can laugh, you can have fun, you can do your thing and, enjoy yourself. You're meant to do that. You know what I'm saying? We are light beings. We're meant to do that. We're meant to, spread joy and love and all of that stuff. Have your fun. Do your thing. Do your thing. But never, ever, ever forget your assignment. Never forget your assignment. Never. Because you're necessary. I need you to stay the course. I need you to keep doing what you're supposed to do. You need me to. Okay? That's the bottom line. So everything that's happening, if it's happening and you don't like it and you don't feel good, or this person turned their back on you, or somebody stole from you, or somebody, lied on you and all of this stuff, understand this. There's always a necessity to things that take place. Find out the reason why it happened. Gain the wisdom and the knowledge for it. And move out of that situation. Okay? We prolong our stay in foolishness when we don't focus our minds and keep and reduce the distractions. We prolong our stay in a lot of mess because we want to dwell on the mess. We want to regurgitate the mess. We want to ruminate in the mess. We want to wade in the mess. We want to roll around in the mess. We want to keep reliving the mess. We want to bring past into our right now and not let the past bury the past, the dead bury the dead. Don't let the coffin stay closed. We want to keep resurrecting the mess. And we wonder why it keeps gravitating to us. Okay? We got to do better. We got to do better. Because the universe is trying to bring it all to us. Allow it to. By any means necessary. Allow it to. It may be uncomfortable for a moment. But that's just a moment if you allow it to be a moment. Okay? You don't have to know every single thing that's supposed to happen. And you don't have to know when it's happening. And you don't have to know when it's going to show. Baby, it's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. Know that. And not a minute sooner. Be patient and know. Be patient and trust. Be patient and love. Be patient and allow. It's going to happen for you. It's happening for you. Right now, it's happening for you. Just because you don't see it, don't mean it's not moving. Wait. It will come when it's supposed to come. Wait. That person, that partner, that love, that position, that job, that money, that opportunity, that grant, all of that will come when it's supposed to come. Wait. Be cool. Relax yourself. Be cool. Relax yourself. I promise you, all is well. All has always been well. All will continue to be well. Know that. Know that. Okay? Know that. I love you. I mean it. There's absolutely positively nothing, no thing that you can do about it. So don't you even try it. It is my job to make sure you stay the course. It is your job to make sure I stay the course. I'm doing my job. Stay on top of yours, okay?